There'll be nobody left behind to grieve, and we will all go together when we go. What a comforting fact that is to know. Universal bereavement, an inspiring achievement. Yes, we all will go together when we go.
You mean other than the fact that I repaired you? Look, if this message of yours really is a call for help from some damsel in distress, then you would have left by now. I ain't buying that shit. Unless you're holding on to a secret that will literally destroy the whole planet, you are staying right where you are, got it? Rex, make sure he doesn't go anywhere. If he tries, just piss on him.
Where to, partner?
To the penthouse, Victor. You know what I'm here for.
Witnesses report a huge object or creature surfacing in Lake Mead. So far, photos of the so-called Lake Mead monster are grainy and underexposed.
There are photos of that thing already? Ha! Looks like someone's diversion didn't quite work out as planned. Yeah, don't ask me for details. I don't know shit.
Penthouse floor.
Well, hello there, Madam Molestobot.
Mr. House is just pleased as punch you got those old securitrons back online, sugar.
Oh, I bet he is. Let's just hope for your sake he didn't have more Molestobots in there as well. You don't want them to split his attention now, do you? Speaking of attention, here's another one of those shiny snow globes to keep him occupied, freshly stolen from Vault 21.
Why, that's just wonderful. I'll take it and put it with the rest of the collection.
Please do, and don't forget to leave the caps at the usual place. I will be very sad if you don't, sugar. Oh god, I hate myself for playing along with this. Let's hope House pays as much as you do. God knows he can afford it. You can't buy quality service like this for a pittance after all. I know it's taken me a while, but tracking, killing, and repossessing were never part of my job description, frankly. Most couriers would have given up immediately, and the rest would be dead within an hour. But not me. Caesar was right. I get results when I'm motivated. So the question now is, who's gonna motivate me?
I take it you've come to deliver the platinum chip.
Well, I do have the chip, but it makes me wonder. This little piece of plastic and silicon isn't gonna make anyone a god, but holy shit, it's gonna send a lot of people straight to him. So now I hold the path of destruction with one hand, and my own death with the other. I want to keep at least one of them, but I can't choose which. Perhaps you should throw some more caps in here to help me decide.
Our terms were clear. Now that you have the chip in your possession, any attempt to renegotiate payment would be tantamount to blackmail.
Well, that's certainly one way of putting it. And yes, I'm sure this thing will make me a lot of money if I play my cards right. But there's a reason I call it the path of destruction. Things don't go very well for anyone who's ever possessed it. So I'm gonna give you this simply to take it off my hands once and for all. Call me superstitious, but I doubt it's gonna make your life any better.
Such a small thing, isn't it? And yet so capacious, so very dear. Decades of hiring salvagers out west to search for this little relic in the ruins of a place called Sunnyvale. Back then, anyway. That's where the chip was printed, on October 22nd, 2077. It was to have been hand-delivered to me here at the Lucky 38 the next day. But the bombs fell first. Suffice it to say, the delivery was never made.
So I guess the first courier was also his first victim. Of course, that guy was not as sturdy as I am. So this is the part where you demonstrate the full capacity of your newfound power and start laughing maniacally. I don't particularly care for the latter, but please, what happens next?
A great deal shall be happening. A cascade of events with you taking a central role. At the moment, however, all you need to do is take the elevator all the way down to the bottom level. What you see there will help you understand the significance of what you accomplished at the fort.
And I guess this is the part where you tie up loose ends. God damn it, I did not think this through. Okay, if you are going to kill me now, can you at least be straightforward about it? I'm pretty sure hell is run by bureaucrats, so I need to fill in a lot of forms. Then again, maybe you want me alive for now. That's cool too, please consider that.
Step closer to the demonstration area, if you would.
It's not gonna be public, is it?
I expect you're well familiar with my securitrons by now.
Define familiar.
The titanium alloy housing that protects its electronic core deflects small arms that shrapnel easily enough. Its X-25 Gatling laser,
Whoa
produced
there!
spec by Glassinghouse Inc., is deadly against soft targets at medium range.
Didn't know that.
And for close-range suppression or crowd control, the Securitron is armed with
Didn't know that.
All of this you probably already knew.
Nope.
What you did not know is that these are the Securitrons' secondary weapons.
Okay.
All this time, my Securitrons have had to get by running the Mark I operating system, which lacked software drivers for their primary weapons. Today, with the delivery of the Platinum chip, all that changes. Behold, for the first time, Securitrons running the Mark II OS.
Oh god.
The M235 missile launcher gives the Securitron the ability
Holy
to
shit!
at significantly longer ranges.
Didn't know that.
And a rapid-fire G28 grenade launcher ensures the Securitron is deadly in close-range engagements.
Didn't know that.
The software upgrade also includes drivers for the Securitron's highly sophisticated on-board auto-repair systems. Altogether, the Mark II software upgrade confers a 235% increase in combat effectiveness per unit. The city of New Vegas finally has soldiers worthy of protecting it. Return to the penthouse now. We have much to discuss.
I actually knew about that last part. Just kidding, I don't know shit.
Trips to the basement are rarely so educational, don't you think? I've since broadcast the upgrade to every Securitron in range of my transmitters, and I must say, it's causing quite a stir down on the strip.
Wait, why the hell did you do that? Now everyone knows you're packing heat. Ha! Forget the Platinum chip being cursed. You just smeared a bullseye all over your own face. And even if you don't care about that, so much for keeping your cards close to your chest. You threw your whole hand at them.
I'm surprised you can still underestimate me after everything you've seen. I haven't shown my hand. I've shown one card. I've given my enemies a single provocative datum upon which to fixate. They have no idea what other cards I'm holding. It's a strong hand, believe me. I dealt it to myself.
Well, if this backfires, then I'm not gonna stick around to help. Now, I'll be honest, I am impressed by what I've seen. That much firepower combined with all the Securitrons you have is gonna ruin a lot of pants. But is that gonna be enough to fight back both the NCR and the Legion? The Brotherhood couldn't even beat one of them.
Why would I want to go to war against the NCR? They're my best customers. If their leaders weren't scheming to steal Vegas out from under me, I'd have no troubles with the NCR at all. The foundation is laid. My Securitrons on the strip are upgraded, and those at the fort ready for action. Now it's just a matter of adjusting the attitudes of some lesser groups while we wait for Caesar's Legion to attack Hoover Dam.
If you're not going to attack the NCR, then what the hell are you preparing for? Don't tell me you're actually gonna help them out. Ha, what am I saying? Of course you're not. I don't know what kind of game you're playing here, but it's only gonna allow one winner and 1,000 losers, right? I'm assuming these lesser groups would belong in Category 2?
Outside New Vegas, at what was once called Nellis Air Force Base, resides an unusual tribe known as the Boomers. They are, shall we say, aggressively reclusive. They have several howitzers they fire at anyone who dares approach the base. Artillery of this sort has a range of several miles. If it's going to fire on Hoover Dam, I want it firing at my targets. If not, then I want to make sure that the Boomers don't sign similar treaties to fire their guns in support of the NCR or Caesar's Legion.
Well, what do you know? I was right. You are a sly one, I'll give you that. So, Boomers. Never heard of them, but they sound like a fun group of people. I'm sure we'll get along just fine. Well, I'm gonna assume that once again, you are not gonna give me any real support. You see, it's so much easier when my expectations are at rock bottom.
Goodbye.
So that's it, huh? Once again, you're throwing me into the grinder with zero foresight. I get it. You think there's no way I'll get myself killed, so there's no risk whatsoever, especially not to the investor. But you forget, I'm an investor too. I'm investing my time to this little plot of yours, and like every other investor, I can withdraw at any moment. If profit is all you care about, then don't blame me when I start operating on the same level. In other words, I'm expecting a raise, motherfucker. Where the hell did Victor go? Well, I guess I'm operating the elevator myself.
The King's Gang in Freeside has put an official end to the hostilities with the NCR. An RNV reporter was on hand to speak with the King.
And knowing my luck, they won't mention my involvement whatsoever. Okay, you two, waiting's over. We've got work to do. Oh, you know, we're gonna pay a visit to these people calling themselves the Boomers. It shouldn't be too difficult, but on the off chance their name actually means something, prepare for some explosions. I wonder how they would feel about pre-war bombers. And they were shooting rockets that can take down aircrafts. Aircrafts! I'm gonna start making a list of words that are clearly missing from House's personal dictionary, and the first two words are gonna be subtlety and overkill. I know, right? Still, I have to hand it to him. Now that every single one of those things can pack that much heat, good fucking luck to anyone trying to take over Vegas. I mean, sure, the Legion and the NCR has the numbers, but it would be like trying to hunt a death claw. Yes, it's possible for you to kill one, but chances are you'll be too busy trying to pick up your own guts to celebrate. Like it or not, if you want to keep this place independent, I'm starting to think the House is the one to bat. Big surprise there.
That's funny. Mr. House doesn't want to keep New Vegas independent. He just wants to keep the NCR and Caesar's Legion from pushing him around. He must be pretty convincing if he's roped you into helping him, but you can count me out.
So in this perfect world of yours, who's gonna be in charge, Arcade? Answer me this, who's gonna hold the leash on people like the Boomers or the Raiders? Your idea of independence is starting to sound a lot like anarchy, my friend. Need I remind you that it took almost 200 years for mankind to get out of that situation? Look, I'm into nostalgia as much as the next guy, but that's pushing it a little bit too far. Hold on, we've got NCR troops operating out here too? Well, how the hell is the Legion sneaking troops through Cottonwood Cove then? Who the hell's in charge? I feel like I should start lecturing military dumbasses again.
Smart move for the keys to lock down. They didn't know who they were messing with. Hang on there, Traveler. You'll want to steer clear of this place. The whole town's irradiated to high hell.
Wait, seriously? 200 years and it's still that bad? Did this place suffer a direct hit or something? If so, then I call bullshit. How is this place not a massive crater? And why are you still here? More to the point, how come you haven't grown a second head yet?
I was stationed at Camp Searchlight before the incident. I've since taken it upon myself to keep travelers away from the area.
The incident? What is this, a national security risk? Do we have to speak in code? I'd appreciate it if you just told me what the fuck happened here.
Some legionaries snuck into the camp and set off some kind of radiation bomb. I don't know where they got it, but it was damn effective. Killed almost everyone and turned the rest into ghouls.
You see, was that so difficult? And then you were making it sound like some kind of big deal. Oh, sorry, I was being insensitive. What I meant was, holy shit, they did that, motherfuckers! Yeah, forgive me if I'm slightly desensitized after seeing way too much shit out here already. So I ask again, how come you haven't grown a second head?
I was out on patrol at the time, so I wasn't in the camp when it happened. There were a few others with me after it happened, including some of my superiors. Between radiation poisoning and attacks by the Legion, they all died out.
Wow, a single weapon did that much damage? No wonder the pre-war governments had such a hard-on for WMDs. Still, what the hell were you guys doing? Drinking with one hand and jerking off with the other? How did they sneak that thing in?
I don't know, unfortunately. There may be clues somewhere inside the camp, but I'm not about to run in there to find out.
And that right there is why you're never getting a promotion. Well, there was me thinking this path towards Cottonwood Cove would be safer. We didn't encounter any wildlife, and I guess this would be why.
The Rangers at Echo have been keeping an eye on that place. It's relatively new, but those bastards have already dug in. They appear to be running a slave trading operation, and it also seems to be one of the primary crossing points for Legion raiding parties.
And if this place was still operational, you would have stopped them, right? Right? Ah, who am I kidding? Of course not. Well, me and my merry band of desperados are heading off there to do some bull tipping. You got any special requests?
If you could scout out the camp, bring back any intel on troop movement or plans for future raids. The Rangers could put that information to good use. Also, if you're any good at covert ops, I would love to get a bug planted on their radio. So far, we've been unable to crack their encryption.
Are you kidding me? We are talking about a bunch of backwater savages who shun technology, and you're telling me you couldn't crack their encryption? Either they're lying about their beliefs, or you guys are worthless. I'm starting to think it's both. Well, I've said this before, but watch and learn, you useless fox.
Good to hear. This is the bug you'll need for the radio. Report back if you pick up any intel, or manage to sneak the bug into their radio.
Fine, but you owe me for this. Not that I'm expecting a decent payout, but considering everything I've done for the NCR, I should be able to summon the General, not the other way around.
Sir?
Well, I guess my crusade against the Legion officially starts now. I hope you're happy, Arcade. Not that I haven't already been killing those guys, but if we get caught doing this, then it's game on. No more beating around the bush, and certainly no more philosophy lectures from somebody who's going to have more tumors in his head than grey matter. Okay, as long as we stay on this side of the radiation markers, then we should be okay. Don't forget to check that your extremities are still attached to your body tomorrow, and that goes for all of you. And needless to say, if any of you start to grow a second head, then I want to be the first to know about it, okay? I'm just curious what it's like being a Brahmin. Don't judge me. But as I was saying, I have to admit, Caesar is anything but ordinary. I mean, anyone who's got that much blood on his hands can hardly be considered your average Joe. But I don't give a shit how many battles he's won. He's just made the worst tactical error anyone can ever make. He thought he knew me when he doesn't. Sure, I don't like the idea of being in bed with either the NCR or House, and I'm always keeping an eye out for new opportunities, so he's got that part right. But to then believe that I would kneel down before him and swallow all of his bullshit without question? God damn, somebody needs to go back to school. It's not even about ideology at this point. I would happily pin him against that giant medallion of his own face by the balls and take a picture of it just to send a message to the rest of the Mojave. You don't judge the Courier judges you! But all in good time, of course. Killing one man is easy, even someone as high up as him. I can think of a couple of ways right now. Perhaps that gizmo of his can suffer some inexplicable malfunction and remove his brain instead of fixing it. But no, that's not good enough for me. I want him to watch his life's work burn down around him, and I want him to know that I'm the one who did it. In fact, I want the entire Mojave to know about it. You think I got this camera just to help that coward on the strip? Fuck that! If nobody's gonna help spread the news of our exploits, then we'll shove it down everyone's fucking throat. All that's left to worry about now is the details. Eddie, I need you to do a scan of this entire region. We need to make sure we can get back across the river. But then, we need to make sure nobody can follow us. I'll leave it to you. I swear to God, if this doesn't get Boo's trust, then nothing will. What else can he expect from me at this point? Nobody's asking me to do this. I'm just that enthusiastic and that much of an idiot. When I get bored wiping out fiends or dismantling terrorist plots, I'm tracking down and murdering despots and tyrants instead. I feel like a hunter right now. Yeah, I wonder if House would mind if I start mounting human heads on the wall of the Lucky 38. He better not, otherwise I might reserve a spot for his head next time. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I scaring you with my blood rants? I thought you of all people would realize by now that this is how I operate. I'm like a forest fire. Good luck containing me after you set me off. On the other hand, we are stepping into Cottonwood Cove again, so now might be a good time to change the subject. Unless, of course, we feel like throwing caution to the wind, which I am not objecting to, by the way. Make a decision now, guys. Shoot now if you want to get this party started. Nobody? Okay, bullshitting it is. You guys are no fun. Ave, everybody! How many profligate scum have you killed so far this fine day? I'm into double digits. Try to top that, motherfuckers! Wow, nobody's impressed by that? Holy shit, you guys are stone cold. I bet somebody's getting double rations today. Let me just go in here and update the scoreboard. Holy shit, they left the storeroom unguarded. I mean, fine, most outsiders wouldn't be able to reach here in the first place, but this is sloppy. I thought I was gonna get to do some actual cloak and dagger shit, not simply walk in here, place item on objective, and walk back out again kind of shit. I guess now we know why the NCR couldn't crack the encryption. It's because nobody's actually using this radio. You can't crack what's not there, bet they never saw that coming. So now what? Am I supposed to look for records on troop movements? Well, I wouldn't even know what's that supposed to look like, so here's some paperwork for that guy to go through. I'm sure some of it will be useful. Honestly, maybe I should just kill everyone here and hand the base over to the NCR. They can comb through this place at their own damn time, not mine. Raiders and hostile wildlife isn't just gonna shoot themselves, you know. Alright, back to being scum of the earth. So then I held her down and watched my buddy stick his... okay, that's too much. I don't want to be a comic book villain. I don't have the mustache for that. Okay, how big do I imagine my balls are right now? I hope they're humongous, because I'm about to do something very stupid. Oh god, he's right there. Well, it's possible that his helmet doesn't give him much peripheral vision, so this might work. Oh god, I hope you guys have strong legs, because we're crouching all the way from here. Alright, one step... No! Shut the fuck up! You shut the fuck up! I will cook you alive, and I will feed you to the rats! Yeah, that's right. Don't you fucking move an inch. Okay, the rest of you slow... Oh, shit! Okay, well... Theory confirmed. He's got no peripheral vision or hearing of any kind. Either that or he's deafening himself with his own sense of superiority right now. God, turn down the smugness, man. I can hardly hear myself think. Okay, we've got this. Oh. Okay, we're just gonna grab whatever we can and leave. No bugging this place, no hiding his underwear, nothing. Just grab something that looks important and then run. Quietly, okay? Well then, let's see what we got here. Wow. Holy shit. I don't even... What? Well, that's just full-blown bestiality right there.